Hey, you guys, Kelvin here. So, what do you do when you have a talent and you're looking for opportunity? How do you decide which opportunity to choose? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Okay, so you've got talent, you've got ability, you've got skills, you've got an idea of what you want for your life, and you've got yourself. You live in a wealthy country. You live in a country that's got plenty of opportunity, and you have to decide, what do I do? Do I leave where I am for a greater opportunity elsewhere? Do I take this job? Do I take the other job? And you know what? These could be some really difficult decisions to make when you have to make them. Do you take the red pill or the blue pill? Do you decide on? Sometimes there are multiple good options. How do you decide which ones that you really want? This is something that I struggle with, and I can admit I struggle with this. And this happens to all of us who have some kind of talent. I'm not the greatest of all greats, but I've got a little bit of talent. And sometimes people who are trying to build an organization, trying to build a job, trying to build their business, they know that nobody can do anything and everything alone. And so they're looking for people who can jump in and help them to steer the ship and take the football to the end zone and make it all happen. A quarterback alone cannot win a game. He needs a line, he needs receivers, he needs a running back. He needs a team. And maybe this is for some of you guys who are out there, you're entrepreneurs and you're trying to make it happen and it hasn't happened. Maybe it's because you don't have a team. Okay? Nobody can do this all alone. But so you're trying to make a decision on what kind of opportunity to take. One of the things that I have, and I talked about this in my book, Build Your Success from the Ground Up, is this thing I call the 99-year-old rocking chair test. Okay? You have to make a decision. Do I move to San Diego or do I stay in Kansas? You're living in Kansas and you need to just make a decision. Do I move to where the action is, where the opportunity is, where people are rocking and enjoying life? Do I move there or do I stay here and try and be the best I can here? Now, somebody can make an argument for both sides of that situation. Because, somebody might say that if you can't make it where you are, how are you going to make it someplace else? Yes, and then somebody on the other side says, environment matters. And you become who you hang around. So if you hang around all those losers that you went to high school with, people that just smoking dope and drinking liquor all day, you might very well become that. But if you move to a greater environment where there's more pressure to become something great, more opportunity to become something great, hey, right place, right time, things grow. So, but you have to make that decision. Do I stay where I am or do I take off? So I got the 99-year-old test. Close your eyes and imagine being in your rocking chair. You're 99 years old and you're in your rocking chair and you're just rocking. And you're just, hanging out on the porch. The sun is going down on your life. You don't have many years to go, but you're just enjoying every day that your eyes open. On the back porch, watching the sun go down, hopefully with the lady of your choice, the lady of your life, love of your life, sitting there, and you're reminiscing about this date and this time. As you're reminiscing about this, and you're sitting there in your rocking chair, are you happy that you made the move, or are you sad that you made the move? Do you imagine yourself being glad, saying, you know what? My life changed, boom, for the better when I moved to San Diego? Or are you sitting and saying, you know what? I'm so glad I didn't take that opportunity in San Diego. If I had taken that, then I never would have developed into this thing of whatever I developed myself into in the current environment that I was in. What do you feel strongly about? Which scenario pulls you? And so you're gonna have, and I tell this to people, especially the people who like listen to personal growth and listen to speakers and trainers like myself about these sort of things. You know what? You'll always have opportunities. Opportunities are never short for people who have talent. Other people will see that you've got talent, and they also want you to come and work on their team for their opportunity, right? But at the end of the day, listen to this, at the end of the day, your life is your life, and you've got to choose the opportunities that work for you. I can tell you, I've been in situations, work with organizations where the upside was tremendously on their side for me being there, right? Not that I'm all like beat my chest, somebody's super great, but it is what it is. And I can see the upside for me being in it with them. But the longer I stayed, I started not seeing an upside for me being involved with them. I started seeing this being a one-way street. Whatever relationship you're in, it has to be a win-win. It shouldn't all be an upside for you. That's called taking advantage of people. And it shouldn't be an upside for them. That's called being taken advantage of. Okay? And eventually it's going to break down and it's not going to work. So look for opportunities that are in line with your purpose. This is the bottom line. If you get nothing else, get this. Look for opportunities that are in your purpose. Let's say you can't get a job in the thing that you love. Can you go volunteer in the thing that you love once a week? Can you spend time in that thing? Can you join the community that does that thing? Online, there's a community for almost everything. Everything you can imagine, there's a community for it. So you may not get a chance to do the thing that it is that you say you want to do yet, but you can get involved in it some kind of way. How can you do what you want to do in the way that it flows naturally to you and helps you to get yourself and get that real feeling of accomplishment? You can work with some of these groups and some of these organizations and companies, and after 3 or 4 years, feel like, what was the point of that? I didn't mean to still be working here 4 years later, 3 years later. This was just a temporary job. Watch out for that. Watch out for those temporary yeses that turn into long-term no's. That turn into long-term lows. You know, it started off real well, but over time, you could see that this was not in line with your purpose. So get to know your purpose. Get to know the dream that's in your heart and find an organization. Find people who match up to your dream. Not just the first thing that comes down the pike. Just because they said yes to you doesn't mean you should say yes to them. I don't know who I'm talking to out there, but listen, just because the guy asked to marry you doesn't mean you should say yes. Just because nobody else has asked to marry you, it doesn't mean you should say yes to this guy, the first thing that comes down the pike. Because you'll miss out on a greater opportunity if you don't understand what your purpose is, what you want for your life. If you're gonna marry the guy, make sure that your futures match. Make sure where your destinations match. And that's going to keep you in line and maybe even keep you in love. All right, you guys, more to come. Check out the websites and check us out on Facebook. I love the Facebook group, Success from the Ground Up. Go on, check it out, and there's more videos and more content coming your way. All right, I'd love for you to register for our next event. We got more events coming up. Love for you to love to have you there and involved. All right, have an awesome day. Peace.